Alright guys, this is my third video on how to survive urban informatics and modelling. So this is using Aurin data and importing it into Mapbox. So first we've got to find our data. So a good way to start is of course going into Aurin website. We'll need to log in, and I've already logged in, so I won't need to log in again. I've got a data catalog. You can now see the data sets, and there's a lot about cars on maps. So let's just look at search cars. Off-street car parking, City of Melbourne. Alright. What else is there? Travel to work by age, 1991. Look, I think it might be interesting. We can definitely use this data in the CBD to see the off-street car parking. So what we're going to do now is go explore, go to resource, and then log in. So you can see swimmer is going to pop up here because I'm already logged in. And I definitely use a GeoJSON file. I feel like that's something that I've found works the best out of all these four, but of course the four will work. So we're going to download this. See, I've downloaded it before, so I'm just going to set that to the desktop. Now we can open up Mapbox. So if you look at here, so now we've got to check if the data will import correctly. So some will be in Excel, and you can see there what data is there. I'd say unless you have any issues, we can check later. So for tile sets, new tile set, select a file, we can upload this, confirm, and it will pop up right here. Now I've already got this downloaded, so I don't know if it will let me upload it again, but what we can do is with this tile set now uploaded into Mapbox, we can import the data into the actual Mapbox and open Mapbox. So we've checked, we've imported it, it's imported correctly. Now we can go to styles, new style, and add a map. Now we can start blank, but I definitely think we don't need to for this data set, so I'll go monochrome because we only need the roads and the city, and maybe got golden, so we'll customize this monochrome. And in this example I won't get into too much about layers and stuff, as we are just going to focus on getting this map with the Aurin data. So now we're I guess going to select the data in Mapbox and then finalize it so we can view it. So we'll first and foremost go to Melbourne because we know this is where the data is. Victoria, Australia. Let's see how much time I have quite a bit. So you have components and layers. Now this will probably be in the layers, so this is actually, I zoom in here just to make you understand briefly what these layers are. You can see that there's road network and bridges, and I can turn this off, and it has turned off the road networks and bridges. Something that might stand out more is where's the road network surface? So perfect. You can actually see that you can't see the road anymore. You see the names because the names are on a different thing, but you can't see the road. So I'll turn this back on. Perfect. So now we want to add new layer button, and we want to select our data. So our data we found is named. So if I quickly check, I've just forgotten it from the top of my head. I think it was one of these two. 1 minute ago. Yep. So it'll be this one. Click this here, and this is our data. So right now it's in fill. Optional stroke border, I think circle best show, or even a heat map. So now we can see a heat map of what is most where our data most lies. So which will be a heat map of the off-street car parking in the city, which I think definitely useful. So I think it's telling me heat map filter, so let's create a filter, and you can start selecting actual parts of the data. So census year, block ID, parking type, 3 values, so this will have some good ones. So private, residential, commercial. Let's see all the private ones. and the residential ones, so no commercial car parks. If I zoom in, I don't know quite why it zooms me out this much. You can see the heat map from here. There's that square that we saw before. The more we zoom in, we'll actually be able to see the data, because the zoom value is based on the data, so see how much time I have for this recording, but I changed a lot of this zoom data, so you can change the rate of the linear rate to exponential, cubic or step, and this will look differently. So of course step is actually having at this data show this color, and it's not gradient based, whereas this will show the gradient as it follows a linear path, and of course an exponential path. So maybe we'll do step, and this way we can properly outline. So if it's not dense, it'll be blue. If it's really dense, it'll be red. I think there's a lot of red, so let's try and generate less zoom steps. So maybe make this 0.8, and then we change it to, oh yeah, 1 is the max value, 0.6. You can start to see how this is gonna, this area of the city here will have a lot of parking, and so will this, and if you do want to change it back from heat map to a circle, it will reset it. You can go now to style. Actually it's showing all the images, but maybe we can create a filter with these styles and have each style a different color. So I'll quickly do that so we know it was type, and maybe we'll make private and residential. Private one color actually. Style color red. And then if we add the same data source, we're able to change the color again. So we know it was. This is why I'd also suggest to name your files so we can find them a bit easier. Circle, filter, parking type, we'll do residential. Done, and that can be in blue. And I would definitely change the size of these circles because they're way too big from this zoom length, so maybe we'll change it to 2, even 3, and then this can be also 3, and then we can do the last one. We know where to go now. Here, make sure we click the data type, circle, filter. Gotta find those 3 values. I think commercial is the only one we don't have. And we could leave this black, that way there is a variation, but I don't know, change this to maybe a grey colour actually. A bit darker. And now you can see we actually have all the private parking car park points, and now we can see which ones are private, residential and commercial. And this is a way that we can successfully have a final map and get Aurin data sets into Mapbox, and then being able to change and adapt how they look and what they show. Thanks for watching.